I got pictures on my phone of you. iPhone storage done they full.
Hello, viewers. You're welcome to another edition of the program Marriage and Divorce Corner. Marriage and Divorce Corner is a program that is designed to talk about the complexities of challenges and the realities of marital struggles. Today, again, we have a guest where we'll be discussing about a topic that has to do with what marital struggles. And I am your host, Hadiza Hajia Yawa. I will not be doing this alone. My guest is on none other person than
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. My name is Salisu A. Umar.
Malan Salisu. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
We are going to be talking about the Islamic perspective of divorce. Sir.
Alhamdulillah. Wa bishrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa halil uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma aftah lana hikmataka wa anshur alayna rahmataka ya zal jalali wal ikram. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam wa
The
rahmatullah.
topic marriage and divorce corner. So there is no way we have divorce without marriage.
The
So divorce
program
happens to
is
be
Marriage and Divorce Corner, and the
Exactly.
topic of discussion for the day is going to be the Islamic perspective of divorce.
So in Islam, generally, Almighty Allah said, "Ma farratna fil kitabi min shay." There is nothing left undiscussed in the Holy Quran.
Allahu Akbar.
So actually, Islam has placed emphasis on marriage as an institution of great benefit to both the individual and the society. So that is why, on Islamic perspective,
Hmm.
before you get married, first thing in the Holy Quran, Almighty Allah said, "Fankihu ma tawaba lakum."
Hmm.
Marry women of your choice. So
Hmm.
you see, when you have choice in something, definitely you'll be able to
Make
kind of
decisions.
make decision,
What
and
you
you'll be
want.
able to tolerate certain circumstances that are surrounded by that particular individual.
Individual.
Then secondly, in another verse, Almighty Allah said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ.
This is Allah saying.
Among the signs of Almighty Allah, that is ayah. Ayah means sign.
Hmm.
And خَلَقَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا.
Hmm.
He created women from among yourself. If you could trace back, the first creator on earth was Prophet Adam.
Adam
alayhi salam. Then from part of Adam, and Hawa was created.
Now
So
it has to do with partners.
exactly. So now,
Okay.
the moment that woman happens to be created from you, when the time comes,
Hmm.
a circumstance and condition will warrant you to be united.
Now, before dwelling into the topic, definitely we have to look
Exactly.
at what marriage itself is.
Exactly.
Now, two people have to come together, agree, become partners before it leads to
Marriage.
yes,
Exactly.
and
That is union.
and it's also before it leads to divorce.
Exactly.
Okay.
And in this marriage, there are certain criteria, as I mentioned earlier. After you have that choice, then secondly, وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. The Almighty Allah put between the couples mawaddatan, affection, that is love, warahma, and mercy. So the moment you love somebody, you have mercy on that person.
Yes.
And definitely there are certain attitudes that are surrounded by that person.
Okay, it has to do with putting effort, commitment, dedication.
Exactly. Then
Okay.
there are certain maybe shortcomings. If it happens that it doesn't go against Islamic, then you should be able to tolerate.
Okay.
So the moment these things are there, so inshallah, as you proceed to the marriage, so there will be a kind of less crisis.
Okay, now we have laid a foundation about marriage, sir. Okay, let's go into divorce itself.
And divorce based on Islamic perspective, it is permissible by Allah, but it is disliked by Allah. That is why abgalul halal ilallah at-talaq. Allah doesn't like
divorce
separation, but condition may warrant that this divorce will take place.
Okay, we talk about divorce as the legal dissolution of marriage. Now, you know, we have talked about marriage where you see couples agreeing, different partner coming together to become one. Now, we talk about this dissolution. Okay, what does Islam say about that?
Islam happens to categorize this divorce on different conditions that may result to that dissolution. So dissolution simply means breaking of the bond. You know, there is bond between the two couples.
Bond between two couples.
So, and one of the main, that is why in Islam generally, divorce supposed to be pronounced by the husband, not by the wife, because al-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa'i. So men are stronger in terms of ability to absorb, ability to tolerate. That is why woman cannot just say, because I'm angry with my husband, I'm divorcing him. No, she doesn't have that power. Almost 90% of the marriage will be dissolved. So that is why at times you see a woman will do a lot of things, just the husband will just ignore. But there are certain conditions that will warrant the husband to divorce the woman.
Okay, what are these conditions?
So one of the conditions, maybe if it happens that woman happens to do some things that are against Islam, maybe for instance, she may decide not to pray.
Okay.
And he advised her, he preached to her, she refuses.
Okay.
The husband can divorce her.
Okay.
But in Islam, it's allowed for him to marry a woman of different religion. But you as a woman, you cannot marry man of different religion. This is another dimension.
Yes.
But now, maybe it may happen that maybe some little things may happen in between the husband and the wife. Maybe quarreling as a result of one thing or the other. Because there are so many things that are surrounded by marriage. Maybe for instance, it is the husband that will take care of the feeding of the family, shelter,
now every
security, and all that responsibility. So maybe the condition may arise that this husband can no longer discharge his responsibility.
But as a wife, why are you partner? If you can help, does he have any?
So in that case, if the woman is viable enough
to take the responsibility of that family,
and she thinks she can manage, then the marriage can continue.
Yes, because you have agreed.
Exactly.
You have agreed. There's this commitment, and you have dedicated yourself. This is what I want to do. This is my life partner, and this is how I want to go about it. So going about taking support in the family doesn't have any problem that my husband is not providing because I cannot provide. After all, you are doing it for yourself because I want to believe that we're all doing it for our kids, right?
Inshallah, and you earn your reward on the side of Allah.
All right.
That aside. Then secondly, another condition may arise maybe in terms of marital affairs. Maybe this has to do with maybe ill health. Maybe the husband can no longer discharge his responsibility in terms of marital affairs.
Okay.
So in that case, one can seek for divorce. And if he refuses, she can take him to the Sharia court. Then the judge will call the two parties and listen to their complaints. Then from there, after following all the procedures, then that court can dissolve that
marriage. Okay.
Then this guy you can categorize it as a lack of sinner, at the lack of video.
Okay.
There are situations, maybe minor things. There are some men that happens to be very high temper.
Yes.
Small thing to be
they will tell you little thing matters.
So if it happens, that is why in divorce we have what you call, although we are coming to that, duration of idda. That is period of waiting. Maybe for instance, if maybe one's wife happens to be maybe somehow disobedient to him, and it happened that it reached an extent that he was annoyed.
And okay,
he divorced her once.
Yes.
So later on, he now sit down and settle. Then he now begins to kind of regret his action.
Yes.
So in Islam, if it is one, that is the lack of sinner.
Yes.
So that marriage can be reconciled.
Okay, there is a period of reconciliation between these. For how long?
So it depends on the
duration,
woman itself,
herself,
and the nature of the divorce. Because if it is once,
yes.
So the duration, that is salasa to quru. So she has to observe 3 menstrual cycle.
3 menstrual cycle. Okay, within that 3 menstrual cycle, there is every probability that they can reconcile between this. Okay.
Maybe it happened that it is the woman that upset him, and then later on, both parties, both the wife and the husband decided to kind of regret their action.
Yes.
So maybe later on, before the expiration of that period,
3 months,
so
3 menstrual
the woman happens to forgive her and agree to bring her back. So in that case, that marriage will be, they will be united and they are not going to perform another way.
If she's in her menstrual cycle?
So if she's in her menstrual cycle, that is BDR. That marriage have been separated. The moment you pronounce it or you write it and give it to her, if it is once or twice
or thrice.
So if it is once or twice, that one is a kind of it can be reversed if it is once or twice. And before the expiration of that
period of her menstrual period.
But it happens that it is during our menstrual, that the divorce is there, but the only thing you do it in a kind of BDR way. We won't say BDR, something that is not welcome in Islam generally, but that divorce is there. But if it happens that it's 3 times at a spot, that is BDR.
Wow.
Another BDR. You know, just pronounce 3 at once. So that woman cannot come back to you unless she marry another one.
Wow.
That is فإن طلقها فلا تحل له من بعد حتى تنكح زوجا غيره.
This is the
unless you go and marry another man and they must be united, they must sleep together. Maybe at thank God on the later on this they happens to divorce.
They go their separate ways again. Then that is when you can marry her again. Wow.
And you have to pay another dowry. You have to follow all the procedures, all the conditions. There must be wali on her own part, wakili on your own part, and you have to pay the dowry. Then there must be siga. I give out my daughter so person, and your representative, okay, I collect it for my own son and I'll give it to him.
Wow, this is what Allah has said in the Quran.
On Islamic perspective.
Wow. Okay, situation whereby you find out that a woman is pregnant and divorce comes between.
That is another way. That's why I said the lack is of different forms. So in this case, if a woman happens to be maybe 1 month pregnant and they have issue with her husband and the husband divorce her at that moment, so her expiration of that is waiting period until she gets back.
Wow,
wait for good 8 months.
Wow.
If it happens,
now the difference is clear. If he divorces her when she's not pregnant or when she's not in her menstrual period, she has the duration of 3 menstrual cycle. And within that period, reconciliation can come in. But now, if she's pregnant, her own duration is more than that of a woman who is not pregnant or in her menstrual cycle until the day she puts to bed.
That is when.
Wow.
And another perspective, maybe if it happens that maybe her husband divorced her today and she put to bed tomorrow. That is all.
Wow.
She can marry another man.
Wow.
The only thing, since one is in a kind of breastfeeding period, maybe let her at least rest. So that is it.
Okay. Now we talk about key principles like the waiting period, the reconciliation period. What does Islam say about this period within this stipulated
time? So actually, this waiting period, in Islam, we thank Almighty Allah for this, our religion. We thank Almighty Allah for Quran and Prophet Muhammad guidance as our teacher. So that waiting period, there are so many kind of importance attached to it.
Okay.
Number one, that waiting period, if it is once or twice, the woman is supposed to wait in her own room. And it is the husband that will be providing her with shelter, feeding, and other things.
Wow.
So within that period, it is expected of the woman to always dress, put in all those, I don't have to tell you what to do.
Now she has to look good. Yes,
try to arouse the interest of the husband.
So that she will throw the interest of the man.
Before you know, when the husband happens to kind of come down, normal,
by the time he finds her attractive,
then she just attract him. And there's what to call attention compeller. Visual attention compeller. When we say attention compeller, particularly men are always happens to be carried away by what they see. So the moment the woman happens to observe that, then before you know, you now decide to bring her back. And it's okay. So, and secondly, maybe if it happens that maybe he divorced her, maybe it's a fresh marriage and she's pregnant. So within that waiting period, we'll be able to know whether she's pregnant or not. Because in Islam, we don't want a situation whereby someone, Mr. A child will be carried and give it to Mr. B. So in Islam, la darara wa la dirara. You shouldn't cheat and you should not be cheated in Islam. So as she's waiting within that period, if she's pregnant, she will miss her menstrual cycle. It will show. If it happens that already the program is there, so at least she has to wait until she put to bed.
So looking at all this, what are the solutions and what is your
solution? First of all, we should seek knowledge on whatever we do on earth, particularly marriage. First of all, we're supposed to know the do's and don'ts on Islamic perspective that has to do with marriage. Then secondly, before you go into marriage, try to find out about that person you want to marry. It's permissible in Islam. That's why, as I said earlier, marry the woman of your choice. And this choice, Prophet Muhammad says, you can marry for 4 good reasons. But he advised us to choose one among those 4. You can marry a woman because she's beautiful. You can marry a woman because she's wealthy. You can marry a woman because she comes from a kind of family background, maybe royal family. And you can marry a woman because of her knowledge of Islam. Then Prophet Muhammad said, I advise you to marry that one with knowledge of Islam. Because that knowledge of Islam, the religious wife, that will serve as a guide to her. All these 3 that I mentioned, they will vanish. Money can finish. Even the family, if Almighty Allah wishes, they will live and you'll be left alone. If it is beauty, aging is coming. But when you have that religion, it will serve as a guide and it will enable you to tolerate and it will enable you to always try to appreciate one another, because tolerance is one of the key important in marriage. Then secondly, there should be a kind of patience. Although patience and tolerance are always intertwined. Then thirdly, parents should always look after their children, should nurture them on Islamic way. How they nurture them? They should always teach them based according to Islamic perspective. This is what is expected of you as a girl. This is what is expected of you as a boy. So as time goes on, before they reach that puberty age, they already have the knowledge of Islam, and that will serve as a great kind of way that would clear all these issues that we're having in our society. Because in Islam, the moment you have knowledge of something, so definitely that knowledge will serve as a light, as a guidance to you, and it will reduce friction.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much. Viewers, that is the size of our package on the program Marriage and Divorce Corner. Meet us same time, same station, where we bring in guests, clerics, scholars, and even experts, where we navigate through the struggles. Thank you. By your pleasure.
Assalamu alaikum.
No one sees this side of you.